Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Camper TV's coverage of the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series. Welcome to the Pocono Raceway here tonight for the running of the Fastlane Racing at 75. It's going to be 30 laps around the Pocono Raceway. 2.5 mile oval here. 3 turns. Tricky Triangle is the nickname of this place. And we're about to get set for a pretty short race here at the Pocono. Joining me tonight is Katie Reed. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm ready to see these guys get going. We're getting ever so close to the chase for these guys, and I have a feeling it's going to get even more exciting as we get closer. Right now, the guy in ninth, one spot out of eighth position, is 1 point away, so it's going to be a very close battle towards the end here. And Pocono, I think, is going to be exciting to watch, see how these guys can handle it.
Yeah, a little bit of separation after last week's Fastlane Racing Dirt Derby at Eldora. First time that the Sam Maxwell Customs Truck Series has been on the dirt. Pretty exciting race, except for up front, because up front never changed hands. Kind of a little controversial finish at the end of the race, but Brad Cross walked away to become your third two-time winner on the season, along with Jared Mogard and Zach Bosnich. But he's looking pretty good right now atop of the point standings right now. With his 2 wins, he's 11 points ahead of second in Devin Sarah, who's pretty much becoming what Kyle Larson was last year, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Alan Young third, Sam Maxwell in fourth, Jim Foose up 1 position into 5th place in the standings. Jason Stewart, Mitchell Brown, and Michael Atkins Jr. right now are the trucks in the chase. We still have 5 races, including tonight, to go till the chase. So things are starting to heat up here for these drivers.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on here. We've got Pocono, which is a little bit different. It's not your normal, 1.5 to 2 mile racetrack. I mean, it's a tricky triangle, and you can put some heavy standings on the tricky part. These guys tend to have a little bit of difficulty. It's not a clean racetrack most of the time. See if these guys can handle it this week. And it looks like I'm looking at the qualifying times here, Wes. And I don't know about you, but I have not seen the 57 on track yet for this series. So newcomer, much like Travis McQuestion did a few weeks ago, Nicholas Cohan doing a good job and is currently sitting on the pole.
Yeah, looking pretty stout up there. Just about 5/100ths of a second faster than provisional P2 driver and Michael Atkins Jr. right now, assuming the role as Bubble Boy. But we did have 2 trucks not make it on qualifying time. It's going to be the 5 of Scott Holler and the 38 of Brian Krisman. Not going to be racing with us here tonight at Pocono. A couple of new names in the field as well. Looking at the 31 of Jason Colburn. Qualified 26 for his first effort here tonight. Going to see what he can do with the guys here in the ASRS.
They've got a few newcomers actually in this race. We'll see what they can do here tonight. And we have, of course, the usual up top, like you mentioned, the 44 Michael Atkins Jr. and the 20 of Devin Sarah. Used to seeing those guys up front. We'll see what they can do here, including Devin. Can he finally get that elusive win so far this season? We'll have to keep watching to find out, because this is going to be an extremely close race, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. We are gridding up right now. Going to let a couple more drivers take their positions on the grid before we give you your rundown. Oh, yeah. Might want to do some weather here. So, Katie, take that away.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do some weather while these guys are gridding up. Right now, it's currently clear out. It's a pretty nice day, actually. Degrees air temp has been around the 70s, so not that bad. Track temp, though, creeping up over 100. Slight winds out of the southwest right now, 7 miles per hour, and a little bit of humidity at 51%.
Right about ready to give you your starting grid here for the Fastlane Racing 75 here at the Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. What turn for hashtag banana on the pole? That number 57, Nicholas Cohan, unsponsored Toyota, going to roll off in the first position. 44, Michael Atkins Jr. To his outside position, number 2, Devin Sarah, number 20, Chevrolet. Right behind him, a bit of a new paint scheme on that right here tonight. The 49, Jake Douglas, rolling off in position number 4. 98, Sam Maxwell. Rounding out your top 5 to 151, Chad Finley. I believe he is new or lost his number, 1 of the 2. We generally don't have triple-digit numbers in the Sam Maxwell Custom Truck Series here. He's going to roll off in 6th. Jared Mogard, the 01 Maxed Out Motorsports finest, rolling off in 7th. The 05 Pat Russia, going to roll off in 8th. Mitch Brown, 9th. And Pete Baskins at 3, going to roll off in the 10th position. 11th goes to Scott Smith. Well, that row 6 is all smithed out. Scott Smith, Brandon Smith, row 6. Tom Giannini in the 13th position. Tim Knott rolling off in 14th. 15th went to Jamie Moore. Dominic Lee in that 18th and 16th. Got Alex Geese in 17th. Jason Stewart, one truck, in 18th. Kevin Mingus in 94 and 19th. And Alan Young going to roll off in 20th. Edward Bray in the 66 in 21st. Zach Calloway, 22nd. Aaron Friend, the 96. I believe that is a newcomer. Had a good practice effort, not so good in the qualifying session. Going to roll off in 23rd. Andy Diablo in 97 and 24th. Jonathan Holstein 25th. And Jason Colburn in 26th. Then you have 27th, Lee Staples. Last week's winner, Brad Cross in 28th. Chad Barker making a return after a couple weeks hiatus in 29th. As well as Nathan Little in 30th. John Kennedy, 31st, 32nd, Michael Sunick, Chris Titus, 33rd, Sean Music in 34th, 35th, Jim Foose, and taking the final spot on the grid is Robbie Baskins. Getting ready to roll through turn 3. Any last words, Katie?
Let's get going. I'm ready.
Here we go. Pace car bringing them out of turn number 3, heading down the very long front stretch here at the Pocono Raceway. Green flag is out. We are underway here for the Fastlane Racing 75.
That inside lane had a little bit of trouble. The 98 got held up. Sam Maxwell, he's already going to go 3 wide for a moment. Up front, side by side, 44 Michael Atkins Jr. trying to take that top spot. Won't be able to get there in the corner. Let's see if he can drive through. He does. The 57 losing a little bit of track there. So he's going to slide on up. Here comes Devin Sarah in the 20, followed by the 49 to his outside, Jake Douglas.
Yeah, down the long pond, straight back here. Devin Sarah on the inside, fighting for 3rd. Jake Douglas not giving up just yet. Going to head over the tunnel turn right now. Got the 151 Chad Finley looking to put his bumper underneath the 49 as they're heading off, going down to turn number 3. That battle is getting tighter and tighter by the second. Into 3, lead 49 has the advantage. He's running on that patch. That's where these trucks like to run here around turn number 3. Looks like Jake Douglas is going to survive to defend that 3rd spot, but just for a little bit.
It's been about time because they were side by side for that almost entire lap there. 98 of Sam Maxwell having a battle, but 151, you are correct. Chad Finley left for a little bit, lost his number, has to come back, taking a triple digit. He's ran about 3 races. This is his 4th of the season, so glad to see him back. And that nice Busch truck here as the 48's going to creep up on him. That is Mitch Brown behind him. Oh, a little bit of a block move. You got to be careful. This is only 30 laps, but that's a pretty long race here, so it's very early on. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, a little bit of spotter communication between the 48 and the 151 there, talking about the blocking there, but hey, you know, got to do what you got to do. As Jared Mogar is going to take the outside, and that other one, Maxed Out Motorsports Chevrolet, going to try to get around that 48 of Mitch Brown. Going to do so and take over that 7th spot. right behind him.
Oh.
Pat and number 9. We're looking back a little bit further though, and it looks like 27 is involved with this one right here.
Yeah, you saw exactly what I saw. Right here, we've got 2 by 2 here. 21, Scott Smith trying to hang it up there on the top, almost brushing the wall there. 27, Jamie Moore not able to hang on. 41 of Tim, not haven't mentioned him yet, trying to come up through the field. Currently in 15th position. Got a little bit of a blinker behind him. I believe that is the one of Jason Stewart. Keep an eye on that throughout the evening. Looks like the 27 is indeed going to lose that position through the tunnel turn. And I'm really concentrating on that specific turn, which I guess would be turn 2 here. But the tunnel turn going side by side through it is going to be very difficult. So I'm going to watch, see if these guys can make the pass either before or after that turn.
Yeah, as we know, well, not everybody knows it, but it's kind of common knowledge to anybody who follows racing with a fine-tooth comb. Every turn here at Pocono was modeled after a different racing racetrack around. You got turn 2 modeled after Indianapolis, turn 1 modeled after, turn 3 was modeled after Milwaukee, and turn 1 modeled after a defunct Trenton Motorsports Park that used to be in New Jersey. So 3 different unique turns. Good thing this is a fixed setup because I'd hate to be the crew chief trying to figure out which turns are the most important, and pretty much that's going to be turn 2 and turn 3 in my book.
Yeah, and you're right. These turns are so different, and so you might be loose in one turn, tight in one turn, and it's extremely difficult to know how and if you're going to change your truck. If you get the chance, you won't have too many pit stops here tonight. I don't see us having a lot of cautions.
Yeah, we hope not, because these caution laps are extremely long.
Well, not only that, but this track is built so that when a car does spin off to the inside, they've got a long way to go. You're not hitting a wall anytime soon, so normally you'll sell off and you'll be able to come to a slow pace before coming back up on the track. So caution is rarely triggered by someone coming back onto the racetrack. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Right now, watching the battle for 5th, it looks like Sam Maxwell is about to lose a position to the 151 of Chad Finley. Going to drive down into that corner, not quite able to hold him off right now.
I believe our leaders ran into a little bit of trouble where he's burning off a little bit of tire. That 57 is knocking at his rear bumper here as Maxwell defended his spot to keep the 5th position. I did get to talk to the driver to 44, Michael Atkins Jr. earlier. He was pretty confident in his truck here tonight, and it's pretty much showing right now. Him being on the bubble, he's got to pull off some stops to, lock his way into the chase. Looking for getting reports of a truck off in the grass. Looking for him. I don't really see anybody.
I think that was the 18 of Dominic Lee. I'm not quite sure. Back behind him was the 1 of Jason Stewart, and he actually made him go 3 wide behind him trying to make that pass. They are side by side back here, out back. The 18 of Dominic Lee going side by side with newcomer 96 of Aaron Friend trying to make that pass, doing good. Moved up to the 20th position here.
Yeah, and doesn't look like the battle. Actually, yeah, battle for second. 57 Nicholas Cohen, very slow through the tunnel turn. 49 Jake Douglas sees the opportunity and closed in. Here we go through the tunnel turn. Excuse me, it was through turn 1. Maybe a little wide off the exit, but that 57 pulls back away, puts about a good 5 truck lengths on our 3rd place driver. And Chad Finley has gotten around Sam Maxwell for the 5th position up front, putting that Busch Chevrolet into the 5th position. And Jared Mogard at 01 chasing down the 98 right now. That Maxed Out Motorsports Chevrolet, 2-time winner on the year so far. It's got a little bit of work to do and to try to get number 3 here tonight.
Yeah, worth mentioning that the order of 1 to 7 has changed, but the positions among those guys have not. They're all still the same drivers in that top 7. So the front of the field looking like they're doing pretty pretty good jobs just staying there, trying to settle in, trying to run some laps here. But the front is not letting up. Look at the 57 of Nicholas Cohan doing a great job trying to get there to the 44's bumper. Not going to do it this time. See if he can make a pass coming on the front stretch.
Oh, 49 dives it in there on the inside of the 57, almost into the left rear quarter panel of that Toyota. We're gonna have to tone that a little bit.
Yeah, interesting enough, the 44 is not pulling away with as much side-by-side racing as they've had in the second position, and find it rather interesting because the 44 Michael Atkins Jr. is very good here. Practiced well, qualified well, and obviously racing just as good, but I expected him to pull away a little bit, and that's just not happening.
Yeah, this is pretty much getting to be the most exciting battle on the track. We have a couple of cars spread out back there, but through the tunnel turn, 57 closes the gap down to about a truck length and a half. Now he's at a truck length behind that newly sponsored Lego machine, that 44, Michael Atkins Jr. Hopefully he doesn't get out of his car and step on it. On to the inside goes the Banana Toyota. Nicholas Cohan looking to get that spot away at the line. Looks like he is not going to lead that lap. 38 100ths of a second separated to 44 and 57. 44 had a little bit of a push from the 49, going to clear the 57 into one. And somebody back there is creeping up at 20.
Yep.
Devin Sarah.
Just about to say that. The 20 of Devin Sarah is loving what he's seeing right now because that's giving him time to catch up. He's trying to catch the draft of the 49 on the front stretch.
They have side by side in the tunnel turn. 57 keeping off of the 44, making it mighty clean, but might lose that spot here to Jake Douglas at 49. Bad boy buggies. Oh, trying a little bit of a slide job. 57's not going to be able to get there. Here comes the 49 to the inside. 3 wide coming off of turn number 3. 44 is going to clear to 57. Here comes Jake Douglas to the inside of the 57, trying to take over that second position. And the 20 is just little bit late to the party here.
Yeah, worth mentioning while we watch these top three, I want to mention we are having trucks pit back here. The 42, the 64, the 25, tons of trucks are starting to pit, and these are scheduled pit stops. Yeah, we have 20 to go right now. 10 laps have passed. These guys wanting to pit early, wanting to get in there and get their pit stops over with. They assume this race is going to go green.
That's a pretty decent assumption right now. The race has been, for the most part, clean. 57 has gotten passed by Jake Douglas. Douglas up to the second position. And now all 4 trucks up here. 3 Chevys, 1 Toyota. You can throw a blanket over them. Separated by just about 0.8 of a second, as they're going to have to fight through trucks coming off of the pit lane here. We're going to have to watch that for our leaders. See if there's a 42 Jim Foose in that Advanced Auto Chevrolet. Got where the 48 is going to come in this time. He's going to pit from the 11th position. The 42 qualified 35th. I know he likes to start in the back, but I mean that's he's getting a little bit too comfortable with starting back there and trying to finish these races good. He's had quite a bad string of races, as second place is still going side by side through turn number 3. That 57's not giving up yet.
Yeah, these guys are having fun racing up front, but they've got to be careful here. Sooner or later, they will have to pit. Nobody can make it on fuel all the way. They are within their pit fuel window, so as soon as they pit, they can make it. They don't have to worry about that. That's why those drivers decided to pit after 10 laps have been completed. They can make it from there. So it's interesting to see everyone's strategy.
Interesting to see how big of a run that 57 got off of turn number 1 there. He's going to the outside of the 49. Jake Douglas still trying to protect that second spot. Going to be able to pull away in the tunnel turn. Now I'm trying to look for another battle because I'm getting, it's just a little bit too much back and forth right now.
Well, I can give you one that's a 33 and the 3.
Here we go.
On the backstretch here after the tunnel turn. The Ninth position held by the 3 of Pete Baskins and the 33 of Tom Giannini, battling side by side.
Yeah, pitting from second, 49, Jake Douglas onto the pit lane here. A little bit squarely getting in. He may have a speeding penalty. We don't know just yet. But he's going to bring his truck to the attention of his crew here. Gliding it almost to the box. That's going to give third over to Devin Sarah, who's right there at the 57th bumper. And Michael Atkins Jr. is starting to pull away again. So
He just needs a little bit of room.
Yeah. Don't know what's going on with that.
Either way, he's going to run a few laps, and sooner or later he'll have to bring it in because the 49 of Jake Douglas will be running better laps than him for just a little bit. He wants to keep up with him. Looks like he's coming in, maybe? Yeah, just got to stay down low, get out of the way, and he's bringing it in. So new leader, 57, Nicholas Kohana, as Michael Atkins Jr. decides to pit. Also worth mentioning here that you can pit and stay on the lead lap. You don't lose a lap here. Rarely do you lose one. It's mostly those that are at the back, all the way at the back, that just lost one, and I'm talking about those like the 42 of Jim Foose. He will get that lap back as soon as these guys pit, and he's right on the tail end.
Now, I'm thinking the 49 only took 2 there. He was pretty quick on and off pit road because I was just cycling through. He might have only taken 2 tires because I see a couple of the 4-tire regulars, and they did end up going down a lap, but he only lost about 20 seconds on the racetrack.
Yeah, it looked like I'm reviewing his stop now. I see what you mean, but it was just a very quick stop. It was a 4-tire change. It was just extremely fast. It almost looked like they just threw the tires on and just left. Didn't worry about anything else.
All right, 20.
That was a fast stop.
Yeah, Devin Sarah to the pit lane. Brought Chad Finley, Sam Maxwell, Jared Mogard with him.
Yeah, everyone is bringing it in. This is the halfway mark in the race. 15 laps to go, and that's exactly when I was listening. A lot of people were planning to pit now. They split this race up, split the tires, so that way you have an equal amount of laps on each set of tires. And it looks like everyone is trying to hang on, trying to get into the pit lane here. I don't think we're expecting many wrecks. This is a very wide pit lane. You have plenty of time to slow down as long as you do it correctly. And most of them have already stopped in their pit and are finished.
There we go. 57's not going to come down. The 05 going to look for him to come down to pit lane. That's Pat Russia coming in right now. And what is it? Porky's. Okay, Porky's Silverado.
So that's a new one here. Porky's original barbecue. There you go.
Makes sense. Seems legit.
Hey, if it's real, I'll try it. Why not?
Hey, yeah, it's barbecue.
Yeah, back out front, 57, Nicholas Cohan still leading. He's led 3 laps so far. Trying to, I think, just run as many laps as he can, but can't see him staying out too long because these guys that have already pit are running faster laps.
Yeah. Oh, looks like a spotter did come across the radio. The banana wagon is going to come in this time. I just say he needs to sponsor somebody. I mean, French's Mustard, somebody. Good Lord, that thing is yellow. Coming into pit here, your leader.
Yeah, but we saw something just like this, though. The 93 of Travis McQuiston. He was a first run, no sponsor, and he won his first race. So it's happened before. It could happen again.
Well, with him staying out the extra 3 or 4 laps,
See what he can do. He's in his pit stall.
yeah, he's just lost to probably a good 3 or 4 seconds to the 44 before even taking this pit. So
well, he is already reaching turn 1 right now, and Jake Douglas is right behind him. Jake has passed the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr.
Interesting.
Very interesting. We go off the corner. Yeah, the 57, few seconds in front of Jake Douglas right now. We'll have to see. We still have about 8 drivers that have not pitted at all. Right now, our current leader is the 45 of Zach Calloway. Give him some airtime as he's going to lead his first lap this time by.
Alan Young at 24, champion spark plugs machine into pit lane, looking for the 18. Dominic Lee going to stay out, as well as Andy Diablo, Michael Sunick, and Jonathan Holstein is on the pit lane right now. Music at 12, he's still out there on the racing surface. So after the rest of these 7 come into pit, we're going to cycle back around, and it does look like the 57 is going to continue to hold this lead here over Jake Douglas.
Yeah, and if my math is correct, he's got a 2-second lead here.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Now, I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and review his pit stop here. But I'm showing an 8-second pit stop for him. Yeah, he just took fuel. He did not change any tires at all.
Not brilliant.
Yeah. About that. Well, you know what? He's coming around. It'll be... it's 11 laps to go. So if he can hang on, if the people behind him have some traffic to deal with, who knows? It might work out for him. But either way, we still have 3 drivers that have not pitted yet. The 45 of Zach Calloway, the 18 of Dominic Lee, and the 34 of Michael Sunick. These guys have to pit. They cannot make it on fuel. You have to wonder, are they trying to get a caution here? I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. I mean, 57's back into the top 5 now. Let's see if anybody... we're looking right now. Brad Cross just got his lap back from our leader, the 45. Looks like he's going to come in this time around. Dominic Lee might be coming in as well. Still have Sunick out, and the 97, very slow through the tunnel turn there. Andy Diablo might be coming in as well. There's 45. Here's the 18. Sunick's still going to stay out. Going to try it one more time. 10 to go. Ashley 34 crossed the line there.
I'm trying to check the positions here. Looks like you are right. The 34 of Michael Sunick will stay out. Will have the lead. He did not lead that lap because I believe, if I'm correct, Zach Calloway was able to reach the line on pit lane before him, so he won't lead that lap. If he'll stay out one more time and get his 1 point.
I mean, with him, yeah.
I was just commenting. I'm looking at the stats again, and if this is correct, Nicholas Cohan has actually stretched his lead over Jake Douglas.
Well, he's still running sub 55s. Douglas last time around ran a 55.3. We're going to try to get his here right now as he's passing the 23 of Brandon L. Smith at
34 into the pits.
Here he goes. Yep, got Nicholas Cohan back into the lead here with 9 to go. 3.7 seconds ahead, or 3.8 seconds ahead of Nicholas, or Jake Douglas, excuse me. I'm getting tongue twisted.
Yeah, let's get you guys set up here real quick. The 57 of Nicholas Cohan has the lead, a 4-second lead back to the 49 of Jake Douglas, who is in second. He's battling a lap down driver right now. That is the 23 of Brandon L. Smith trying to follow him through. The 44 of Michael Adkins Jr. in third. In fourth is the 20 of Devin Serra, and in fifth is the 98 of Sam Maxwell. So the usual suspects up in the top 5, but newcomer Nicholas Cohan showing these guys up right now, crossing the line. We've got 8 laps to go.
And Douglas has been towards the front. He just doesn't finish up there. I remember Gateway. He was leading the race and wound up on his lid. So good to see him out here having a good run. He's only got 1.3 second on Michael Adkins Jr. But just comparing lap times last time around, 55.141 for the leader, 55.382 for second, and 55.166 for third. Douglas is about 0.2 a lap slower than our leader, so he's got to either pull out what he has in the reserve tank, or we're going to be looking at a actual Twinkie in victory lane tonight.
Yeah, but good luck for good news for the 49 of Jake Douglas. There is no one between them, so no lap traffic he has to deal with. If he can just get these lap times in, he can increase the time he has to, or I'm sorry, decrease the time he has to do to catch up to the 57, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, we're already 7 laps to go, and Nicholas is pulling away.
Yeah. And looking right now, 44 into 20, that's pretty much the closest battle for anything towards the front here. I mean, just looking through our times, actually got a couple of battles back here, back into 13th, 14th position right now, 21, 27, Jamie Moore and Scott Smith doing battle off of turn number 1. Looks like 27 is going to back off a little bit behind them. Dominic Lee getting around Tim Knott.
Yeah, we got the 70 battle inside by side with the 45 of Zach Calloway. Ooh, 70 came down. Kind of cut him off a little bit. Zach probably going to let him go just to give him a little bit of space. Jonathan Holstein has to have a good race, and he has to have a couple of good races because right now he is out of the top 8 in 9th position, 1 point behind Michael Atkins Jr., and Michael Atkins Jr. is now in 2nd position. So as Jonathan Holstein goes side by side with Zach, he really needs to start having good runs.
Okay, I was making sure nothing happened up front because you said 2nd. He's still in 3rd, but
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for a moment, it looked like this 57 of Nicholas Cohan actually dropped out a little bit for me. I'm not quite sure if that happened to you, but for me, it dropped out, and for the moment, Michael Atkins was moved up. I do apologize. He is in 3rd and actually battling the 20 back behind him.
44 kind of left a little bit from me, but Devin Sarah, I'm still trying to get a grasp on his paint scheme. I can't get too close because, you know, my binoculars only go but so far. But
let's take a look. It looks like it's the Sim Computers Racing.
All right.
Sponsor on there. An American legend with a nice little eagle logo there.
At 44, Michael Atkins Jr. having a little bit of connection issues with 5 to go here. Pretty much the only thing that can ruin this is a caution that comes out immediately right now.
I don't think we've had a green race this season. I think this would be the first one, if I'm correct. All green, no caution race.
Kind of seeing a little bit of rain out there towards the tunnel turn. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Just a little bit. I don't know about this, man. It's a good showing right now.
Yeah.
The 57 is putting them on it, and it's great to see. And like you said, Jake Douglas, I too thought of that Gateway incident, and to be fair to him, you know, the 01 of Jared Mogard was in position to take that as well, and he dropped out. So it just seemed like being in first position at Gateway was not the place to be. But we'll see if Jake Douglas can close this thing out, see if he can catch the 57. But I think you're right. Without a caution, nothing's going to happen, and the caution won't even help because right now we're 4 laps to go. If a caution comes out, that's the end of the race.
That's the end. And so 57 is going to have to really screw up.
Yeah, he's going to have to like hit the wall and not bring out a caution. Something like that would have to happen for the 49 of Jake Douglas to catch him. And I mean, unless Jake can gain a second a lap, it's just not going to happen.
Battle for 3rd, heating up right here. Devin Sarah to the inside of the 44, Michael Atkins Jr. These are both currently in the chase right now, both of these drivers. The Lego machine trying to build a block there on the 20. See what I did there. Ha, 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 ha.
Sorry, just want to mention the 70 of Jonathan Holstein hit the wall there for a moment and lost the position to the 45. He was way out of whack, thought it might bring out a caution, but he was able to catch it back up, and he's got going again.
Yeah, I saw the 46 come down to pit lane earlier. He just re-entered the pits right there. That Nationwide Chevrolet not going to have a good finish here tonight. Going to come back around 57, making his way through turn number 3. Only has to do it 2 more times after this one. Oh, yeah. Think he caught the wall a little bit. Still looks clean on his side. 2 to go here at Pocono.
He's just giving you a little entertainment, that's all. Looks like the 20's trying to size up the 44. Just nothing happening right now. Oh, 44 blinking out a little bit.
Yeah, if we watch that battle, keep on the 20.
Yeah, that's not the only battle I'm watching. Honestly, back here in the 8th position, Tom Giannini doing a great job to hold off the 77 of Alex Geese. He is just doing a great job. The 77 trying to get there. It's just not working. Every time he reaches his bumper, He just can't get through. Oh, caution's out.
Caution
Someone
is
around on the
out.
front stretch.
We're
Caution
gonna
is out. Oh.
try to figure out maybe Baskins.
No, I'm looking. Interesting. I can't quite see it.
Let's check it for the 18. No. If well, yeah.
Yeah,
White
either way, the
flag
race
is
is
out.
over. We're trying to find who spun, but I am not seeing anything. I saw the smoke. Oh, I see it. Gotcha. Sorry, just found him. It is the 26. The 26 spun around on the front stretch. Chad Barker trying to get to the back bumper of the 89, just got a little loose coming off of turn 4. And you're right, he skimmed the inside wall a little bit, but was able to get back going again. That's why it was so hard to catch who it was, because, I mean, he immediately got back up to speed.
We were so close.
We were so close. But either way, look, last lap already. We're going to go down into this turn and finish this race rather quickly.
Yeah. Can you say, you know, I could have got a Domino's pizza delivered for as less amount of time as this race went. So I'm rather impressed.
Yeah, this was a very, very quick race, and it's a credit to these guys. These guys are super talented, running on the tricky triangle, able to keep their trucks up on the track. We did have a couple of guys scrape the wall throughout the race, but I mean that's nothing our leader hasn't done. So the one spin by the 26 bringing the caution out at the end, but I mean this has been a very clean race for the most part, and a big congrats to the 57 of Nicholas Cohan.
Yeah, pace car is going to work him off of turn number 3 for the final time tonight. That 57 Nicholas Cohan doing it big. Going to come and grab the checkered flag at the line for the Fastlane Racing 75 here at the Pocono Raceway.
Trying to look good, finish on the checker. You gotta like it, man. That was a great race. Nicely done. And the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. doing what he needed to do to stay up there in the top 8.
Then not only him, Devin Serra still, building his lead there. Sam Maxwell having a good night. Mogard, he's about, I got to do math real quick, about 23, 24 out of 8th. So that's going to help his chances here. Truck's not having a really good night. Jim Foose brought it home in the 24th position. Jason Stewart actually got a top 10.
Yeah, I was just about to call him out. Qualified 18th, needed to have a decent run. Got himself up to the top 10.
And not saying that Jim Foose didn't have a good night. He got up 11 positions from 35th to 24th. But he needs to be finishing top 10, and if he wants to be one of these 8 that make it to the chase here in 4 races time.
Yeah, I mean, look at everyone behind him in the chase. Finished in front of him, Jason Stewart, Mitch Brown, Michael Atkins Jr. All of those guys finished top 15. So he really does need to start performing. And we have 4 races to go after tonight. He's got to stay in it.
Yeah. But that 57 though, I mean, I was doubting him, with his strategy, and he was still running,
great lap time.
Great laps on old tires. As he's going to come down here to start finish line. There he goes. He gets it sideways. He's going to smack the wall. Oh, no, he's not. He's a better driver than me.
Fun.
There he goes.
Oh, man, that's great. All right, well, we're going to wait to see these guys get into the booth and watch the 57 celebrate. He is brand new to the series, so much like Travis, first race, first win. That's the way to do it.
He's still got new truck smell.
Yeah, really. I'm telling you, if just like the 93, if anyone wants a truck to sponsor, hey man, I found you a pretty talented driver.
Yeah. Oh, he's just figuring out his broadcasting, so he's
Nicholas,
in for a good surprise.
You were on TV. Congratulations for your first win. Maybe he was. I was starting to think maybe he performed for the cameras, but he didn't even realize the cameras were turned on.
All right, well, we're going to give you a rundown of your unofficial results for the Fastlane Racing 75 here at the Pocono Raceway. Nicholas Cohan, winner 1 for 1, batting 1,000 right now in the ASRS. Good job to him. Jake Douglas going to come home in position number 2. Michael Atkins comes home in 3rd. Devin Sarah and Sam Maxwell going to round out your top 5. You got Jared Mogard in 6th, Pat Russia in 7th, Tom Giannini 8th, Alex Geese 9th, and Jason Stewart rallies for a top 10 finish. Scott Smith in 11th. Then you have Pete Baskins 12th. Mitch Brown brought it home 13th. Andy Diablo, good run for him in 14th. Alan Young 15th. Tim Knott 16th. 17th went to Jamie Moore. Lee Staples having a good run in 18th. Edward Bray as well 19th. And Zach Calloway rounds out your top 20. 21st went to Jonathan Holstein. Chris Titus 22nd. You got John Kennedy in 23rd. Jim Foose 24th. Dominic Lee in 25th. 26th, Nathan Little. 27th, Brad Cross. Chad Barker in 28th. 29th went to Kevin Mingus. And last truck on the lead lap, Sean Music. First truck 1 lap down, Brandon L. Smith. Michael Sunick in 32nd. 33rd, Jason Colburn. Robbie Baskins 34th. Chad Finley in 35th. And Aaron Friend going to round out your field in 36th.
Yeah, really talk about a tale of two races. We had a first-time winner, first-time racer in this series win, and a first-time racer finished last. Unfortunately, I mean that is definitely a tale of two races there. And we're going to go ahead and pull in your third place finisher here. That was the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. Hey, Michael, you got us?
Gotcha.
All right, man. Well, I'm just pretty much going to let you roll on with it. It seemed like you had a pretty steady run there. You practiced first, qualified second, finished third. It seemed like a pretty easy and done race. For the most part, you were pretty much just battling the 20 of Devin Sarah.
Yeah, for the most part. But tonight I was just, my whole agenda was run clean, run up front, and just max out on as much points as I can to pad the gap so I can make the chase. That type deal but overall it's been a pretty good night.
Yeah, and you did a great job. It looks like you were trying to hold a position over Jonathan, who finished actually in 21st. So it seemed you did your job, and you're going to be having to hold that position for about 4 more races. Do you think you're up for the challenge, and what do you see going forward?
Well, I believe I am, but I've learned in many races over the last 6 years on iRacing that the tracks that's coming up, Michigan, that's almost like Las Vegas. It's up for a gamble. So we just have to play it safe and count our cards on why as they may and everything else, and just take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah, man, you're starting to get down to the nitty gritty of it. Right. Quick before we let you go, you want to go ahead and run us through your shout outs here real quick?
Yeah, thank Jim Foose for having me on the team. I say it all the time on interviews, but without him giving me a shot, I don't think it would be possible running up front and everything I'm learning with NIL's team, Revolution Motorsports, and give them a shout out as well. And not running the USA paint scheme Roost that makes the paint schemes for my Revolution, for the Revolution team. Give him a shout out as well. And Jim Foose for the paint job he did on the Lego truck that I ran tonight on the 44. It was a blast to run that for a change. I hadn't ran it all year, but just thank Jim for what he's doing in the league, and thank y'all for having a broadcast each and every week and dedicating your time. Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all putting on some good racing there. That's the 44, Michael Atkins Jr., your third place finisher here tonight. And believe we have, where is second place?
Actually, I'm going to jump in there. Second place doesn't look like he's able to make it to the booth tonight, but want to give a quick shout out to the 49 of Jake Douglas, doing a great job. Practiced fourth, qualified fourth, and finished up in second. That's exactly what he needed after having not the season he wanted, but doing a great job tonight, and was just a little short after those green flag pit stops. After that, we're going to move right on to our race winner of tonight, Nicholas Cohan. He says he's used to this winning. Well, we're going to see exactly how used to it. Hey, Nick, you got us?
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll talk about that win, man. That was fantastic. We were having a little bit of fun watching you because you are brand new to this series. Your first race, your first win, doing a great job. How do you think that race went for you?
Well, actually, I used to race here in 2013, 14, and 15, and just wasn't here last year, and met up with Jim at Eldora this weekend, and got hooked back up with running with you guys, and it was a lot of fun. I had my most fun in iRacing racing here, so glad to be back, and I'm glad my first track back was Pocono because it's my home track.
Oh, that's the way to do it. Well, it seemed for the most part you were just trying to bide your time riding behind the 44 Michael Atkins Jr. and then green flag pit stops came. And was it always your strategy to go pretty far into the run?
Yeah, it was. When I came into practice, first thing I did, I went out and I ran it out of fuel, and I took 2 tires and just a splash of gas just to see how it handled. And my next lap out was only like 5/1000ths off of my fastest lap, so I figured that'll work later on as long as I save my tires. Because Pocono is so easy to overdrive and burn up them tires, and um, I know that I knew that coming in, so I tried to take care of them. Had a good battle there with Jake and Mike, but I tried to be smart with it, and I did save my tires and just made sure I had a good pit stop, and came out with a good lead, and it was a good enough lead that I can pace myself.
Yeah, really. Well, it showed. I mean, you did a great job. Led 14 laps on the night, so almost exactly half of the race tonight. And it seemed like you guys from the start were going to be pretty clean. You kept it clean. I think we saw you might have scraped the wall once, but other than that, you were pretty clean throughout the race.
Yeah, we had some close calls there with Jake and Mike. We were battling pretty hard there, and if I would have came out right with those guys, it would have been a quite the battle there because I wasn't the fastest there towards the end because I compared to my practice, I did overdrive a little bit more in the race, but we just got kind of lucky with the pitting there. I just strategy worked out perfect. If a caution had come out in between there, I don't know how it would have panned out, but I was hoping it stayed green the whole race because I think we had a better shot in the long run. From my experience at Pocono, it's by far my favorite track, so I was excited to be here and had a good run in the Loud Pedal Motorsports Tundra.
Well, I mean that about sums it up. It was a great race by you, and so we're just going to hand it over to you. Anyone you want to thank or any more shout outs for tonight?
I just got to thank Loud Pedal Motorsports for bringing me on board, Toyota, CJ Automotive, and shout out to Jim for letting me come back, and to you guys for doing the broadcast.
All right, much appreciated. You have a great night, and will you be back in this series?
Yeah, hopefully. Like I said, I used to run here a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of fun here. So I'm hoping to stay here for a good period of time. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll see you in 2 weeks in Michigan. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Again, congratulations to Nick Kohan winning tonight in his first race back with this series. Hasn't raced in a few years. That's good to see him back. And like he said, home race, even better to win after his first start in this series this season. Well, Wes, I'm gonna wrap it up fairly quickly here. The people that needed to perform, with the exception of just a few, and it was a very clean, a very quick race, and that's exactly what I like to see here. I mean, these guys, they have the talent, they know how to put on a show, and they did a great job.
Yeah, definitely did. That was we almost went green to checkered, which would have been just an amazing feat. You don't get that very often on iRacing. I don't care if you're running 5 laps or if you're running 300 laps. You rarely get a green to checkered finish. No cautions or anything like that. But in 2 weeks' time, August the 8th, 8/8, we're going to be at the Michigan International Speedway for the running of the Sam Maxwell Customs 150 laps around that 2-mile oval nestled in the Irish Hills. Definitely going to be an interesting race as we haven't run there we ran an auto club earlier this year, and auto club ended up turning into a fuel mileage race. So we might see part 2 of that there at Michigan, since they are sister tracks. But yeah, we're gonna pretty much get out of here. We'd like to thank everybody out there for watching, and hope y'all will tune in 2 weeks' time. And again, congratulations to
congratulations to Nick Cohan doing a great job. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And for West the Mess, I am Katie Reed. Shout out to Tony Knuckles on the ones and twos, and we will catch you guys in 2 weeks.